I've been asked, how do we keep children's motivation high, levels of positivity high, particularly in my school, which, as you'll know, is an evening and weekend tuition school. Every student who comes to my school, if they're coming in the evening, has already done a full day at school. If they're coming at the weekend, they've already done a full week at school. So trying to keep that motivation and positivity high is really important. The first thing I always say to my teachers who work here is they have to make sure that the learning is fun, that they're building really strong relationships with the children. That starts actually even with my high staff. When children walk through the door, that they're greeted by their name, that they're welcomed into the school, that they're greeted with a smile and positivity. That has to start right at the beginning. When children get into the lessons, if they don't, some teachers don't really care about being popular. I'm not saying it's a popularity contest, but it's important that a student does like their teacher. Many parents will know this. Maybe their child loved history or loved maths, and then they went into the next year, they've got a new teacher. This happens particularly in secondary school. Oh, I don't like maths anymore. Oh, I don't like history anymore. And actually what it is they haven't really built that rapport and connection with their teacher yet. So rapport and building a relationship with the teacher is massive. Learning can't really happen without it. I also say to teachers, we have to make sure that the children have got like ownership over their learning. So that's very easy in one-to-one tuition, which we offer at this school. Children can come through the door, we can assess them, we can see exactly where they're struggling and plan specifically for that student. In group classes, it's a little bit more difficult. We could have different levels in the room, different interests. But that's the challenge of being a teacher, and we've got to make sure all the students see the value. And that's where a lot of really good assessment for learning happens in the classroom as well. Trying to make the learning that we're doing at school connect to real life so that children see the value of it is really important as well. Another thing that often even teachers will say to me, maybe a teacher might be struggling with a particular student in one of their group classes, usually would be a group class with some behaviour perhaps. And I always say to the teacher, well, it's never really the fault of the child when there's some behaviour issues in the classroom. It's always really the teacher. And that will come down to what's happening in the case of the classroom, what's happening in that lesson. Is the child interested? Have they seen the value of what's happening in there? They're not going to buy into it if they don't see the value. The other thing then is has the lesson been pitched at the right level? If a teacher is trying to pitch a lesson that's too difficult for that student, the student is going to lose interest and then misbehave or cause distractions. If the lesson has been made and planned and it's too easy for that student, well, guess what? The same thing's going to happen again. They're going to lose interest, they're going to misbehave, they're going to play up, they're going to try and distract others. So that's just a quick little video just on some of the little things that we do at the British Learning Centre to keep children on task, keep them motivated, keep them positive, keep their behaviour in check, and make sure that everyone who comes to this school has the best teaching and learning experience.